So now I want to have a look at the font I've picked for the document. So first of all, I want to make sure that the font is all the same throughout. Looking down through it, I don't see any changes in font. I can check if I click on one, it'll tell me. So that's in Calibri Light and the plain text in Calibri as well. Okay. If you found there was some different text in there, just press Command and A or Control and A, select all the document, and then pick your font in here. Okay, I'm using Calibri. In terms of font selection, go for something simple. Traditionally, Microsoft Word used Times New Roman, which is still in here, I think. If you go down and pick that, I'm just going to show you what it looks like. It was originally invented by printing presses in the early 20th century and was used for newspapers. And it's what's called a serif font, S-E-R-I-F. So you'll see people talking about serif, and you'll often hear about sans serif fonts as well. What they mean by that is, if we change it here, you can see now, if we look closely at, say, a capital letter, like have I got, actually I'll put in a capital T so you can see what I mean. So you see on the ends of the T here, there's little lines. They're called serifs. They're actually from when letters were carved into stone and the mason had to make a little nick at the end to get the chisel out. Okay, so they're traditional. Originally fonts were carved in steel as well to be set into a printing press. Nowadays they're digital. So we tend nowadays to prefer to use what are called sans serif or without serif fonts. The reason being they're generally easier to read, especially for people with dyslexia. So examples of sans serif fonts, there's lots of them. Two main ones that are used are Arial and Calibri or Helvetica. So I'm going to go with Calibri because that's what I had in here. And you can see now that it's changed my document into Calibri throughout. However, it was originally Calibri Light in the headings and plain Calibri in the text. I want to go back to that, so I'm going to undo the changes I've just made. So I'm going to press Command and Z once, go back to Times New Roman, Command and Z again, put in my T, do it again, take out my T, and once more go back to my original document where my paragraphs are in Calibri Body and my headings are in Calibri Light. Okay, so that's what this setting in Word has used for me. It doesn't matter, but again, be consistent in whatever you pick. I'd suggest as well, avoid using very flowery fonts. They're hard to read. I'll just give you an example here. If we take that paragraph and let's change it to Apple Chancery, you get something that looks quite dramatic but is difficult to read. So my advice is keep it simple, go for a nice plain font. Okay. The other thing I want to do then is think about line spacing. So again, Command and A or Control and A, select all the text, and this menu here gives me the option for line spacing. 1.5 is often used again to make it a bit easier to read. So I've now changed this from 1.15 to 1.5 line distance or line spacing. So I'm going to save that and then look down through it. Just want to check that I haven't lost information from one page to the next. So this image here, figure 1, has popped onto the start of page 2, but it's okay. There isn't a huge blank space here, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to leave it. Again, checking, is there an orphan space here? There is, so I'm going to move that up. Okay. Likewise, there's no space there, that's fine. Breathing, key parameters. Again, you can see this image now has popped onto the next line. Now, I haven't addressed ventilation in this document, so I'm going to take that out. I'm also going to delete that setting. So now I need to move my references up. So again, being consistent, I'm having, trying to keep one line between the different sections of the document throughout. So I'm being consistent, and I've got my references laid out here alphabetically by first author surname. So Corley K 2008, then Corley and Axon 2005. Why is Axon and Corley after this, not before? It doesn't actually matter. In this case, that's how Mendeley put it in. Either is acceptable. And then because Whole Crew Bowling is H is after C in the alphabet, Whole Crew Bowling is third in the list here. If I move that up to the top, it would be incorrect because it would be non-alphabetical. We list them by first author surname. Okay, so I'm going to save that. That's just an overview of line spacing and font selection. Thanks.